And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
Everyone, welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live here on this Wednesday evening. Hopefully everyone is doing good. Talk some more Giants baseball. What's up? Yeah, a little bluegrass, Paul. Yeah, I love that stuff. Love that stuff, man. Come on. Can't go wrong with some acoustic guitar, right? Come on. What's up, Benji? I see you out there. What's up, our resident Dodger fan? You're just coming in to rub it in, aren't you? Right? You're just coming in. Yes, he is. Necron. Dusty Baker is still around as an advisor. Let's get into that real quick before we get into the subject of today, which is going to be free agent starting pitchers. Looks like news is coming in here. Let's take a look at it real quick. I saw Jeff Young. He had put this out on Twitter. It's coming from Andrew Baggerly, who doesn't post on Twitter anymore. He goes on Blue Sky, saying, hearing that former Padres manager and Twins bench coach Jace Tingler has agreed to join Tony Vitello's staff in San Francisco. Tingler and Vitello were college teammates at Missouri and have remained close friends. So this is a very predictable outcome. So there you go. There's also news coming out. I guess the Giants are getting close to coming to an agreement with Bruce Bochy being a special advisor. That's kind of cool, right? We'll see what that's all. Again, it's a special. Giants got a lot of special advisors, right? My gosh, how many special advisors are there out there? I know Ron Wodos, he's a special advisor to Buster Posey. Dusty Baker is a special advisor. What's up, Chico? I know it's TG, dude. It's all messed up. YouTube's doing this weird shit. Anyways, Dusty Baker is a special advisor, and now it looks like Bruce Bochy will be the newest special advisor to Buster Posey. Again, we'll see. We'll see what this is all about. I'm not putting a big thing into it. Again, special advisors, they just kind of, yeah, hey, what's up? hey, maybe look at it this way. Maybe look at it this way. It's not like it's not an everyday position, right? He's not going to have the ear of Buster Posey. I'm guessing Buster Posey will reach out to him if he has any questions or whatever, or maybe he'll call Buster and say, hey, I'm seeing something's going up here and whatever. And yes, damn you, Colio. Colio. You stole my thunder. We'll get into this one, but you are correct, sir. You are correct. We'll get into the Max Scherzer. Honestly, it's really adding up. The Jace Tingler news isn't surprising for the simple fact they're best buds, right? Best buds. So you kind of saw that one coming. So it looks like he's going to be the bench coach. And Max Scherzer and Tony Vitello are best buds. So we'll see. Lou, that is a fact. What's up, Lou? Lou is still in Las Vegas enjoying his time over there. That is correct. Got as many special advisors as the ownership group. It's quite a bit. Do I cover the Warriors now? I'm sorry, I don't. Sorry, man. Basketball is not my thing. Football's not my thing. Baseball's my thing. So sorry about that, Chico. Wish I could help you. Nago! What's up? You posted it a couple of times. Appreciate it. Zach Gallen, my prediction, short-term contract for Gallen to prove it since a bad year. We're going to get into that. What's up, Isabel? How's it going? Congratulations to your Dodgers. Yeah, there we go. Baseball. Yeah, just baseball, Paul. Exactly. Benji, baseball. Oh, man. But anyways, that's the newest news as far as the Giants front. Jace Tingler looks like it. Nothing official. I haven't seen anything official come out of YouTube. Again, it's just that Angeli Baggerly post on Blue Sky. I don't have Blue Sky, but it looks like Jeff Young has it, and he tweeted it out earlier. So what's up? What is up, Chewy? It's going well, man. How you doing? What is up, Sleepy? Everyone's piling in. Appreciate you guys hanging out here on a Wednesday night talking about some Giants baseball. So let's see. What do we got here? Which starting pitcher free agent should the Giants target? Now, let's keep it reasonable here, guys. I honestly, and we don't know. Something that we say a lot here on this channel. We don't know because, well, we don't know. Look, I'm not plugged into the Giants, right? I follow them, and I follow all the sports writers and all that good stuff. So I know about as much as you guys do. But just by reading different articles, you got Susan Slusser. By the way, Greg Johnson, right? He had a sit down with Susan Slusser with the Chronicle, and he said basically the same stuff that he was talking about with John Shea over there on with the Standard, San Francisco Standard. Michael King, Paul, yeah, that might be one too as well. Yeah, yep. Yes, you're correct, Insane. Baggerly is pretty legit. Yeah, but again, with Greg Johnson, again, he was reiterating the same points that he was making with John Shea, talking about they really do not want to spend $100 million plus along with a long-term contract. So, I mean, take that for what you will. He said it twice. What is up, RJ? He said it twice. I mean, he's coming out and saying it's not a Freudian slip. I think he means what he says. And why? And again, why would you come out and say that, right? I don't think you have to come out and say that so much. Just know that, hey, you already know what you're going to do as an owner. But when you're putting it out there to the public for public consumption, really doesn't help the fan base so much, right? Imanaga, maybe. Kanto, Imanaga, maybe one out there. But let's talk about it here. Let's first things first. Who is available? Again, this is Sport Track. Do I want to go? Yeah, there we go. That should be good. Let me bring it up to there. All right, here we go. Unrestricted free agents. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about this. This is something that the Giants need to rectify, right? The starting rotation. Look, last year, 2025, the Giants starting rotation was looking pretty damn good about halfway through the season. Pretty damn good. Robbie Ray had a great year. Logan Webb, almost a Cy Young type of season. Another 200 inning game or a 200 innings pitched, over 200 strikeouts. Yeah, as a matter of fact, he led the entire National League in strikeouts. So that was good. Birdsong, when he first came up out of the bullpen, he was looking pretty good. When he first got into the rotation, he was doing okay. And then for some reason, he lost it. Why did Birdsong lose it? Have no idea. Maybe there's a story that's going to come out on that. We'll see. If there is, I'd really like to hear about it because I had high hopes for him. For those of you who've been on this channel for quite a while, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I was really high on Hayden Birdsong. Landon Roop, man, he was a surprise. That guy really came out and had a pretty good year. Then he got hurt. And then once you get hurt, then things start going haywire. And then Verlander, of course, right? The beginning of the season didn't do much. But after the All-Star break, I mean, the guy was freaking one of the best pitchers in the league. Talking about Justin Verlander, 42-year-old Justin Verlander was out there taking care of business, man. It was awesome. But there towards the end, the starting rotation started having some hiccups. And if any of you guys paid attention to the postseason, pitching wins, man. I tell you, pitching and defense will take you a long way. And that was evidenced by what the Giants were able to do in the beginning of the season, man. The reason why the Giants were doing so well, they scored enough runs and they were pitching their asses off. Period. Wisenhunt was a disappointment, right, Paul? Wisenhunt was a disappointment, right? And maybe it's because he needs a third pitch. But I'll tell you what, man. I was, with all the hype, I was not very impressed. Then again, he's young too, so we'll see what happens. Well, actually, he's not all that young. I think he's a little bit longer in the tooth. I think he's 24 or 25, but again, young as far as being experienced in the MLB. And then, of course, towards the end, you had Trevor McDonald. He had a couple of good outings. So again, one thing Buster Posey did last year is he relied on that young core, if you want to call it a young core. Really wasn't a young core, to be honest with you. What is up, Mark? Oh, hell. Yeah, freaking out about. We'll get into that a little bit later, Mark. But yeah, Buster Posey was relying on that young core. I wouldn't call it a core because to be a core, you got to have proved something, right? There isn't really a core. Yeah, there was young guys, but to say that they were a core, not quite yet. And it didn't. And it proved out that it didn't work out too well. Didn't Kai Wei Tang? Yeah, well, I don't know. Whatever. He had moments. I don't think he's the future. That's just me. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. It's okay. But I think that's and Buster Posey's talked about it, right? At the end of the season presser, he talked about starting pitching being one of the main priorities, that and the bullpen. First off, the Giants have, what's up, George? Giants have no closer. So we'll get into that a little bit later as well. But I just want to talk about starting pitcher free agents. You know, what could the Giants do to fortify the rotation? How many pitchers do you think you guys should get? I mean, talk to me, guys. What do you think? Do they need one starting pitcher? Two starting pitchers? I don't know. And look, and as far as depth is concerned, you already have the depth. Because look, every team, they don't have, yeah, okay, say you have 8 pitchers, but how many of them are quote unquote legitimate? And how many of them are just quote unquote in AAA in the holding pattern? So if anything does happen, they just bring them up. They're not going to exactly be lights out, so to speak. Your starting 5 should be your studs, so to speak. And then everyone else after that is going to be kind of just, hey, something happens, you're going to be the next guy up. So right now, as it stands, firmly is Logan Webb and Robbie Ray. It looks like Landon Roop may be in there, right? What's up, Jay? Landon Roop may be in there. I don't know. Again, I don't know what his injury and his recovery, what's it been like? We haven't heard anything. Is he healed up? Is he good to go? Is he going to be in the starting rotation? I don't know. And then of course you got that Blake Tidwell who's probably going to still be pitching in AAA. Again, that's your depth. Birdsong is your depth. Wisenhunt is your depth. Trevor McDonald is your depth. So you got 4 guys in the minor leagues that could take care of business, right? And what I mean by take care of business, you could sit there, have them throw your innings in AAA, and in the event that one of the Giants pitchers go down, they will be called up, and then the carousel begins. So let's, for all intents and purposes, for this experiment, we'll say that the Giants have 3 starting pitchers currently. We'll say Webb, Ray, and Roop. Need 2 starting pitchers. Who should be the very first? Of course, look, I wanted Ranger Suarez. I still want Ranger Suarez, but I just don't know if he's going to be just a little bit too rich. You know what I mean? Too rich to the liking of the ownership group. And that concerns me, guys. I mean, yes, we're gonna see some names in here that are pretty damn good. Chico talking about Framber Valdez is right there at the top. But do you think the Giants are going to go out there and spend close to $200 million? Right? Isn't that what he's going to probably command? Almost $200 million? You think the Giants are going to pay that? I don't think so. I'm sorry. I don't see that in the cards. Ranger Suarez, he's going to make over $100 million. He may make close to 150. I don't think he's going to be a guy that we can look at just for the simple fact because it's going to be a lot of money in a lot of years. Okay. Now, look, we're just talking free agents. I'm not even getting into the trade because you could always that is an option, right? The Giants could absolutely make a trade for a starting pitcher, but we could talk about that another day. We got plenty of time to talk about this. But yes, the Giants could go out there, make a trade for a starting pitcher that has some control, and that isn't too expensive. That could very well happen. But again, that one's a little bit more tricky to get done. Because you're working with the other club. It's not just about money. You're having to go back and forth and all this other jazz. By the way, you guys, for your Mets fans out there, I don't know what you guys feel about that. Mark, I saw you out there. I haven't seen Armand. Did you see the proposal of how the Mets could get Tariq Skubal? Again, diverting a little bit here, but that's okay. Man, you want to talk about giving up the farm to get Tariq Skubal. Holy shit. Oh my God, man. I don't know. Mark, talk to me, man. Would you do that deal? I'm sure you probably saw it out there. Sure you saw it. Frantic Rage. Here we go. Let's get into this. No effing way. Yeah, there you go. No, that's not it. Where I went. That's not it. This one. Giants need to start spending and wisely. I agree. I'm not saying that you just go out there and spin like Uncle Steve, right? Not like that, but you got to pick and choose. And right now, where are the Giants as far as the youth is concerned? Who is your potential Matt Cain, Madison Bumgarner, or Tim Lincecum? Is there any pitcher of that caliber that is currently in the Giants system that's near, right? I'm not talking 2 years or 3 years. I'm talking in the next, we'll say in the next year or two, not 3+. Do the Giants have any pitcher whatsoever that is the equivalent of the 3 pitchers that the Giants won 3 world championships with? And if the answer is no, well, then guess what? You got to go out and spend. If you want good starting pitching, you're going to have to go out there and you got to spend. If those pitchers are not on the horizon whatsoever, you have to spend if you want to put together a good rotation. Insane says, nope. Our farm sucks. Wow. Don't sugarcoat it or nothing. Do the Giants have Yamamoto? Nope. Ass. Oh, Johnny, I know. I'll get into that. Anyways. So Giants got to spend money. So let's see. Let's look at this. Jordan Montgomery. Anyone excited about Jordan Montgomery? Anybody? That's a bigger question. Is there anyone that says yes to a Jordan Montgomery? Hello? Anybody? I want Giants to get Montgomery. Okay. Benji. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's move on. Nick Martinez. No. Chris Bassett. No, isn't he staying with the Wait, isn't he staying with Toronto? I thought he said he's staying with Toronto. I could be wrong. Pass on, but well, I think Bassett's staying with Toronto. Luis Giolito. I saw him Luis. Lucas Giolito. Yes to Martinez, says Anthony Millar. Oh, really? A guy called Ed would be happy with Jordan Montgomery. Oh, my gosh. You guys are killing me here, man. Really? Really? Yeah, Shane Bieber's staying, right? Framber Valdez. Okay, well, we're gonna Framber. Yeah, right. Yeah, he would be pretty good to have on your team. Miles Mikolas. No Miles Mikolas. Max Scherzer. Yeah, I agree. Benji Valdez is the guy, but I don't think the Giants are going to pay. I don't, man. I don't. So you got Framber Valdez, Miles Mikolas, Max Scherzer, Alex Cobb. No. Justin Verlander. I wouldn't mind having him come back as a number 5, but I don't think he's coming back to the Giants. I think he's going to go elsewhere. John Gray. No. Zach Gallen. I could see the Giants. Look, I don't want him. I don't want Zach Gallen, but I could see the Giants going out there and getting Zach Gallen. But would he want to come back to the NL West? Maybe. Who was it that was saying that the Giants probably signed him as a prove-it deal? Nago, right? Nago, I think that was you. Oh, man. I'm not excited about Zach Gallen. Dylan Cease. I don't know. It looks like Dylan Cease might command a hefty sum. I don't know if that's a guy I want or not. I'm kind of on the fence. I really don't know. He didn't have a very good year last year. Right? He did not have a good year last year. So I don't know if I really want Dylan Cease. Is there anyone out there that seems to be excited about Dylan? He had a very bad year. Talking about Gallen. Now he would have very many suitors, so he's a giant now. Cease depends on the price. Yeah. Yeah. Zach Eflin. I could see that being I could see him coming to the Giants. Shota Imanaga. Now he's a free agent. I don't know how much he's going to command. We'll take a look at some of these projections. Sagano, no. Tyler Anderson, no. Ranger Suarez. This is the guy I want. I want Ranger Suarez, but I think he's too rich, man. Tyler Mahle. He had actually a decent year, right? What do you guys think about Tyler Mahle? Tyler Mahle, didn't he have a decent year last year? I think he was hurt, if I'm not mistaken. But I think Tyler Mahle was decent. Johnny John, yeah, we already know where Tucker's going. I'm not even going there. Santiago, yeah. I hear you. But yeah, look. Tyler Mahle, Steven Matz, no. Michael King could be an option. Patrick Corbin, no. Romain Marquez, no. Aaron Savali, no. Merrill Kelly, no. Brandon Woodruff. Guy's hurt a lot. Wade Miley, no. Nestor Cortez, no. Clayton Kershaw retiring. Michael Lorenzen, no. Zach Littell. Because he come back? Michael Kopech. Why did I got him as a starting pitcher? I thought wasn't he a bullpen guy? Martin Perez, Griffith Canning, Jose Quintana, Kyle Hendricks, Dustin May, Randy Dobnak, Brad Keller, Adrian Hauser, Eric Fetty, and Carlos Carrasco. All right, let's look at this real quick. Let's bring it up here. Framber Valdez. Let's look at him here. Come on. Ads, dude. Where are we at here? Where is it at? I'm going to have to minimize it. 1 second. Where are we at? I was able to market value. Let's look at the market value. Again, this may be a little bit inflated. I believe it's Friday, right? It's either tomorrow or Friday, senior. 5 days after. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Is it after the 5th day or on the 5th day? I don't know. 6 years, $199. So it is tomorrow. They could start talking to free agents. Thank you, David. Yikes. MLB rank is 13. Starting pitching rank is 6. JB, our buddy from down under, donates $2 Australian. Signed Edwin Diaz. Everyone show until he signs. Every show until he signs. We'll see. I don't know. We'll talk about relievers another day. I think it's just 5 days. I don't think it's business days. Oh, Benji, I want to so bad. I want it so bad. But I can't because I know it's not happening. No way. Maybe Ranger Suarez. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this right here. Again, this is according to Sportrack. Or Sportac, however you want to pronounce it. This is what they're factoring in, man. $33 million AAV for 6 years. The Giants ain't doing that, right? Giants aren't doing that. No way. No way. No way. The Giants, they ain't spending that much money. Not even close. And this could be undervalued. Remember when we were looking at this very same website for Juan Soto, they were saying like 360, 370 million. He wind up getting 800. Yeah, they are. They're fun, dude. I tell you, Johnny, thank you. I appreciate that. They're a lot of fun. I love it's, dude. When I put them together, I get so stoked. I fall into my own trap when I do that. My God, that is a lot of freaking money right there for Framber. All right, let's back it up. Lee. Who's the next guy on the list here? Max Scherzer, don't care. No. Zach Gallen. Let's see what they got for him. Market value. Well, there you go. That's more about the Giants' speed right there. 4 years, $74 million with an AAV of 18, almost 19. That's more about the Giants' speed. As far as cost is concerned, right? We're talking money. That's it. We're just talking money. I could see Zach Gallen being a San Francisco Giant, right? Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Just for shits and giggles, I want to go back to what are they saying for Max Scherzer? What's Mad Max? $9 million. That sounds about right. There you go, baby. Best buds. Hey, Tony Vitello right now, he's hiring his BFF club. They all got the BFF bracelets, man. Here we go. I can totally see, just like it was laid up there on a tee for the Giants to hire Jace Tingler. So yes, I could totally see either Zach Gallen, Max Scherzer. I could totally see it. Totally see it. There you go. Yeah, Zach Gallen and Max Scherzer. There you go. Let's roll. Oh my God. Scherzer as our closer, you know, the Giants may be crazy enough to do something like that. Brother. All right, who else we got here? Scherzer, Cobb, Zach, we did Zach. Dylan Cease. Let's see what they're saying. What are they saying Dylan Cease is going to make? Whew. Ain't happening. Again, that's a 7-7. What position? I think he's going to be the bench coach, 49er. That's what I'm guessing. That's what's coming out of Andrew Baggerly. I saw that, Mark. Your pitching coach and first base coach went to Atlanta. Dylan Cease, even if it's not 7 years, I don't think he's gonna. You think he's gonna sign for under 5? Yeah, exactly, Johnny. Look, how many times do these players get a chance to hit free agency? They don't. They don't, man. This is their time. This is their chance to get their bag. And they're not going to go cheap. Bregman, he took a one year deal for the most part. Same thing with Alonso. Same thing with Bellinger. They were all 1 year deals so they could have a great year and then come into this next offseason and then get paid. They want to get paid, man. Now, will he get 7 years? I don't know if he's going to get 7 years. He may get 5, but that still puts him way over what the Giants want to pay. Right? That's still way over. You're still talking 100, what is that? 130? Somewhere around there, 130 million for 5? It ain't going to happen. It just isn't, man. Yeah, exactly, Eddie. Well, I don't think the salary cap's coming, though, but I hear what you're saying. Dylan Cease, I don't think it's going to be a guy. As you could tell, we could kind of understand what we're looking at here for the San Francisco Giants. Again, based on what Greg Johnson has said just recently. Ranger Suarez, what are they saying for Ranger? Whew. 6 years, 161. God, I would love to have that guy. He's young, man. He's only 30 or no. Well, no. He's 27 or 28, right? Oh, no, he is 30. He's 30. He's going to want a 5-year deal, man. Right? He's going to want a 5-year deal. There's no way. Unless the Giants decide to say, okay, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this big deal. I don't know. God, I would love to have this guy. This guy's good. And he's a lefty. It's nice to have another lefty there in the rotation. All right, what do we got next? I'm interested in what they say for Michael King. I think that's where we'll go next. Let's see. Hold on. Ranger Suarez, Michael King. What do they say about him? Under 100 million. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. I see you. What's up, Ed? 4 years. This is, again, these are all just projections. 4 years, 91 million. It's not long term, and it's not over 100 million. And that's the thing. Yeah, absolutely, Jay. I'm surprised no one asked him the questions about deferred money, because that's something I think the Giants need to do. You need to be able to go out there and defer some of these contracts. You have to. Everybody else is doing it, so why don't the Giants do it? Defer some of this money so you can get more people. Yeah, King was injured quite a bit. What was his injury, by the way? What was up with? Was it his elbow? Oh, if it's an elbow, man, I don't know if I even want to touch him, to be honest with you. Imanaga? Or Imanaga? Alfonso. Sir, you're not wrong. I have an issue with that. Tired of him just wanting to compete for the wild card while the LA competes for championships. It's okay, Alfonso. If you stick around, I'll eventually get to my rant. When you keep talking about this stuff, and it wears on you. He pinched a nerve somewhere, but not his elbow. Okay. Honestly, I don't know enough about Amai from Japan. I don't know enough about him. Honestly, I don't. Maybe the Giants, maybe they get into that. I don't know. And yes, the Dodgers have cornered the market on Japanese talent. That's a fact. Of course they can, Johnny boy. Of course they can. Would not be surprised at it, but I don't think the Dodgers need to address their starting rotation. That's the problem. Their starting rotation's fine. You're just going to go out there, go get Tucker and go get Murakami, and then they're going to call it good. Oh, it's coming, senior. Trust me. Trust me. Okay, there's Michael King. Maybe he's an option. Who else do we got here? Let's look at Adrian Hauser. I know he was talked about during the trade deadline. Holy crap. 2 years, $20 million. That's like bullpen money right there, right? Bullpen? Nobody baby says F the Dodgers. Yeah, I hear you. Hear you. Tom. There you go. Adrian Hauser. Oh, better be careful there. Better be careful. Holy crap. Screwing some stuff up here. All right, there we go. Come on. Is there anyone else we want to talk about on here? I think we pretty much hit everybody. So I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. What do you think the Giants do, guys? Do you think the Giants? Do you think they hit the free agent market at all with starting pitching, or do you think they just stick with maybe a trade? I don't know. It should be interesting to see how this is all going to pan out. I don't know. It sounds to me like the Giants don't want to spend a whole hell of a lot of money, even though they have the money to spend. I just don't quite understand it. And to your point, who the hell said that? Alfonso, where are you at? There you go. Alfonso. Right? This is the issue that I have. To a certain extent, you can't worry about what other teams are doing. But the problem is when that team is your rival in your same division, they're out there doing everything they can to go out there and win. Money be damned. Maybe it bites them in the ass. Maybe it doesn't. But they're making a shit ton of money because you got to remember, look how much money, and it all depends on who you're spending the money on. But that's the thing that I'm getting a little bit tired of, Alfonso, is I want some, I want a little bit of fire coming out of ownership at least. Look, Buster Posey wants to win. I'm not gonna sit there and say Buster Posey doesn't want to win. He wants to win. He's talked about it numerous times. But this ownership, I get the feeling it's like it almost like it's more about the business model than it is about winning. I don't care about business model. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear stupid things such as EQ and a rock star and this and that. Look, can we please talk about just winning and put your team in the best position to win? That's all I ask. Right? I don't need this academia freaking language coming out explaining what you want in a manager or whatever. I want to hear we want to win. Because you know what winning does? Winning brings in money. You spend money to win, which then brings in more money. It's real easy. It's real easy. Winning solves everything. Spend the money, you win, and you make more money. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. It's okay. You talk about risk, right? We've been look. All we've been talking about for the last two weeks has been risk taking with the new manager of the San Francisco Giants. Well, if you're willing to risk going out there and getting a manager that hasn't done it before, well, then how about take some risk and spending some more damn money? Because you know what? I'm really getting sick and tired of coming in every year, all these hopes and aspirations, and you wind up just being a 500 team. And a lot of it, you know where it begins? It begins with with the players on the field. Yes, it's important to have a manager. Yes, it's important to have your coaches. But you know what's even more important? To have those players. EQ. What the hell is that? EQ. What the emotional coefficient? What? Something like that? What? I just want some fire, man. And if you don't have that fire, then then sell your stake and give it to someone who wants to go out there and win. This is not about philanthropy. This is not about, being great for the San Francisco area. And I get it, right? A baseball club does that for a community. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the priority should be, we are the San Francisco Giants and we want to win. Thank you. What's up, Don? 100%. It's already paid for itself and it's paying back already, man. It's simple, right, Don? That's what I'm saying. It will pay for itself. We'll see what they do in this offseason. I have absolutely no clue on what direction the Giants are going to go. But one of the priorities is what we're talking about here, starting pitching free agents. Is that going to be something that the Giants address? Are they going to go on the free agent market and get a good starting pitcher or two? I hate to say it, but I said this the other day on Monday. Max Scherzer is probably going to be a San Francisco Giant, right? Does anyone else see that? I mean, it almost is. It's too obvious. It's supposedly Vitello was in Toronto for Game 7, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think he talked about it on MLB Network. If I'm not mistaken, pretty sure. He went and visited Scherzer for Game 3, and then he went to Game 7 in Toronto. Sure as hell sounds like me Scherzer's coming. See, I didn't know about that one. But Don, here, let me find it. Stand by 1 second, guys. Just give me a minute. Oh my God, just give us players under 35. Yeah. What's up, Soder? 1 second. I will find this. Where the hell was it? Oh. Hold on. Did I? You know what I might have done? Hold on. Where the hell is it? There it is. Boom. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Here we go. Let me take it to the end. Okay. All right. So, Don, you're talking about Dave Fleming blushing about Vitello, right? Well, we already know because Vitello already said he went to game 3. I had no idea that he went to game 7 until I heard this. Let's take a listen. Hold on. Let me share this. Actually, hold on. Let me find the right spot. Okay, here we go. So take a listen, guys.
Draft and every day after, and getting to see you guys in Toronto too. So thank you
So did you guys hear that? Right? One more time.
to me with the draft and every day after, and getting to see you guys in Toronto too. So thank you so much.
There you go. So he was in Toronto. He was at game 3, and he was at game 7. Max Scherzer is going to be a San Francisco Giant. There's no There's no way he goes anywhere. If he wants to play baseball, he's coming to the San Francisco Giants. He's not going anywhere else. Because Vitello's a really good friend of his. That's why, Johnny. No way. They're not recruiting Bo Bichette. I'll guarantee you. You want to? Bo Bichette's going to get over $200 million. He's not coming to the Giants. Oh, Max is coming. Tom, I'm telling you. You don't think Mad Max is going to come to San Francisco? I think he's coming to San Francisco. I mean, Jace Tingler, that's Vitello's college buddy and best friend. So, and he's on the roster. Well, I should say the coaching staff. I think Mad Max is coming. You'll see. Watch, Tom. I'm telling you. Maybe Posey does want him. Maybe Bassett. I think Bassett stays in Toronto, right? I could have sworn I thought they said he was going to stay there. Maybe I'm wrong. Mad Max hype video is not coming. I cannot hype that. I'm sorry. Look, I just can't. I just can't. Is the guy a future Hall of Famer? Yes, he is. Absolutely. Whew. Yeah, Bieber's staying in Toronto. Which pitchers are Boris clients? That's a good question. Framber Valdez. Let's see who his agents. Framber Valdez, Octagon. Who the hell's Octagon? Framber Valdez uses Octagon. Max Scherzer, Scott Boras for Max Scherzer. Scherzer. Scott Boras. Zach Gallen. Scott Boras for Zach Gallen. Dylan Cease. Scott Boras for Dylan Cease. Michael King. Excel Sports Management for Michael King. Where am I missing one? Imanaga. Octagon. Same as Framber Valdez. Octagon. Ranger Suarez. Scott Boras. And I think that's it for what we're really looking at, right? So, quite a bit of Scott Boras, guys. Quite a bit. You would sign Brandon Woodruff. Let's see who does Brandon Woodruff. Who represents Brandon? Where the hell is he? I just saw him. There he is. Bo McInnes. I have no idea who Bo McInnes is. What's up, Don? Hey, Don, but isn't Brandon hurt quite often? Yes, Don. Matt Chapman. Scott Boras client. And and that was pretty big. Usually Scott Boras doesn't have his guys signed extensions. And Buster Posey was able to get an extension out of Scott Boras and Matt Chapman to stay with the Giants. That was actually kind of big. It's just money. Memories are priceless. Ooh, huh? Yeah, there'd be no reason to trade Green yet. Farrell, right? Jay Farrell, there's no reason why do you need to trade Green. When he gets closer to free agency, okay, I get it. But he was hurt again this year too, Don. He was out for quite a bit of the year this year. Hold on. Boom. Let me see. Baseball Reference. Yeah, he was only 7. He only had 12 games this year. 64 innings pitched. Last year, or in 2023, he pitched 67 innings. Didn't pitch at all in 2024. And in 2025, he only had 64 innings under his belt. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want Brandon. Hey, you want to go Farhanian? There you go. Interesting theory from Senior. Giants won't sign any big players this offseason to long-term deals because they are going to run it back with the same players. If it isn't vibing and working, they will. Okay. Could be. That could very well be an issue. Sounds like Farhan. Sounds like Farhanian baseball to me, guys. Beautiful. Absolutely love Farhanian baseball. 1 to 3 year contracts. Sounds absolutely fantastic. You think Jung-Hoo Lee is traded for a starter? Well, then who else do you have in the outfield? There you go. Okay. If you want to, if you guys want to talk, we'll make this. We're going to make this more of a specific topic in the future, talking about trades. But if you're to trade Jung-Hoo Lee, then who are you going to have? You already have a hole in the outfield. That means there's 2 holes in the outfield you got to fill. Alex Bregman, where does he sign? That's a good question, man. He wants to play third base, right? New York? Where's our Yankees fans? Any Yankee fans out there? Benz, that ain't happening, man. Bo Bichette, Tucker, and Zach Gallen. Giants will compete. That ain't happening. No way. Yeah, I hear you. Insane. Hot take. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility to trade him, but I'm just saying it puts you in a bigger hole. Bo Bichette is going to be about 200 million. Zach Tucker is going to be close to 500 million. And Zach Gallen is, I could see that again, Zach Gallen, Michael King, Brandon Woodruff. Who else? Imaniga. Those are all potential Giants right there. Max Scherzer. Absolutely. The Giants there's no way that they're going to sign Bichette and Tucker. They're not, to be honest with you, I think they ain't going to sign any. Everyone knows where Tucker's going. Again, these are just predictions. Every prediction I've seen from people writing about the offseason is Tucker's going to the Dodgers. Tucker's going to the Dodgers. Everybody is saying that. Tucker to the Dodgers. Tucker is probably going to go to the Dodgers. You doing a little Monty Python there, Joshua? Bring out your bums. Hey, it's Mr. Hankey. What's up, dude? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. What do we got here? Hold on. Oh, that ain't what I wanted. How the hell can I do this? Oh, come on. Here we go. Here we go. Sorry for the delay, guys. I'm doing something here. Here you go. Here you go, Joshua. Bring out your bones. Bring out your bones. Oh my gosh. There we go. There we go. I hope not. I hope not. Oh. No, D-Shot. We're talking about players. Hey, Benji. Hey, I appreciate that. Follow me on military history, man. I do everything I can on that. I don't do the YouTube stuff with military history. It's too much BS. It's not worth it. Oh, look at that. Here we go. Nostradamus. Let's do this. All right. Here we go. Our good friend Nostradamus, SFG Prophecies, has made an appearance. A frugal arms race may forge a pact of proof for a gallon of flame or a king whose catapult bears new lease. Barter for a hunter or the nightmare to foes. in Freddie's endless haunting cease, the mirrored one, who bends time and space, can return with calm and ale. Sirens of the Eastern Isles chant a hymn akin to a journey of Vogel's song. May pounce upon the mountain to begin a new tale. Way to go, Nostradamus. Way to go, buddy. That was a good one. That's a good one. All right. What do we got here? Well, yeah, I saw we should be competing for the division. I hear you, Don. That should be the goal, right? You win the division. Of course, the ultimate goal is winning the World Series. But my God, what's wrong with setting the bar high? And go out there and getting that talent that you need. Come on. Come on. Ooh, you think he thinks Tucker goes to the Padres? Wouldn't be surprised. Where's Glenn? Glenn is in Mexico, Mr. Hankey. He's enjoying his time in Mexico. So he will be back as soon as he's done with this trip. I'm not sure how many more days he's got over there. I think this Saturday, I think it'll be a week. So, yeah, he's enjoying his time in Mexico. And, you know, Alfonso, you know what's so disappointing? And I'll tell you something. I don't know if you were watching during the regular season there towards the last month or two. I had some pretty high hopes that the Giants were going to go out there and be taking care of some business, man. I really did. I thought they were going to go out there. You know, this is going to be Buster Posey's second year as Pobo. I was thinking, okay, the first year was a take inventory. Let's see what I got to do. And then this year he's going to kind of, I wouldn't say go for the gusto, be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe he is. I don't know. Look, I don't profess to know that the inner workings of what Buster Posey decides to do. But then when you have Greg Johnson, the principal owner, coming out and saying these comments such as long-term contracts, they really don't want to do long-term contracts, anything over 100,000. They're talking about long-term flexibility and all this other garbage. I don't care about long-term flexibility. Yeah, maybe they do. I get it. But do you think the Dodgers give a shit about long-term flexibility? You think the Mets do? You think the Phillies, the Padres? Yeah, to a certain extent, you got to be careful. But my God, let's win. Let's win. Whew. My God, man. My God. Yeah. Padres don't have any money. That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, Padres still got a loaded lineup. Yeah, they got to do something with the pitching. There's no doubt about it. Has to do something with the pitching, specifically a starting rotation. The bullpen is somewhat decent, but Yu Darvish is going to be out for the entire year. He's getting an internal brace on his elbow. So they're going to have to go do something with starting pitching. We'll see. Their lineup is still potent. You still got freaking Jackson Merrill and Fernando Tatis and Xander Bogaerts, who had a decent year. Manny Machado. They got some decent players still. So we'll see what they do. Talking about the Padres. I'm surprised they haven't announced their manager yet. That's a little surprising. Can they compete for a ring who they have now? Nope. Not right now. They have to improve. There's no doubt about it. No way that the Giants can compete as currently constructed. And look, the Giants aren't going to stay the way they are. They're not going to, they're going to do something in the offseason. We just don't know what. What the hell does that mean? I have no idea. Probably Pujols. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm surprised they haven't made that announcement yet. Ooh, Don, here we go. I'm expecting a significant trade this offseason for the Giants. I bet Vitello is giving Posey and Zach his honest opinion of Eldridge, and we'll know soon enough if he's part of the team's future. Well, I don't think Buster Posey or Zach needs Vitello's opinion on Eldridge. I think they understand completely who Bryce Eldridge is, right? He's been in their organization for the last 2 years. Vitello, he was concentrating on Tennessee over the last couple of years. He hasn't been keeping an eye on Bryce Eldridge. So I think Buster Posey and Zach and the organization totally get what Bryce Eldridge is about. Whether or not they keep him and he's part of the future, we'll find out. Look, we'll have to see. They may trade him. They may not trade him. Let's sit back and find out what they do. Because honestly, that's a one way where you could go get starting pitching without having to pay a shit ton, such as Alcantara or who's that other guy? Cabrera. Ryan, not so much. Talking about Joe Ryan. Because he's still got somewhat of a contract, right? It's not expensive, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I guess you could still go out there and get Ryan. So it could be, right? Bryce Eldridge could be a piece where they could get a starting pitcher plus additional players. We'll see. Look, one thing we know is Buster Posey isn't afraid of trading. Look what he did there last June when he got Rafael Devers. He traded away Harrison, got off of Hicks's contract, which was, that doesn't give it enough credit. Honestly, that was huge to be able to get off the money off of freaking Jordan Hicks. That was huge, man. Huge. But we'll see. I got a feeling the Giants try to make a trade. Whether or not it gets done or not, that's a different story, right, Don? That's a totally different story. I don't know. We'll have to see. Armand, what's up, dude? If Eldridge is traded, could mean Devers is going to be the first baseman. Yeah, I got a feeling that's how it's going to be. Armand, that's my feeling. We'll have to see. Armand, Mark was in here earlier. I'm not sure if Mark's still in here. I asked him, did you see the proposal of a Skubal trade to the Mets? Would you like that? Armand, would you be okay with giving up that much to get Tariq Skubal? That was a lot. A lot. What will Bill Bochy's role be? Just like it is with Dusty Baker and Bobby Evans, Jeremy Shelley, right? Dusty, what did I say? I think I said Dusty Baker. Just Ron Wotus, right? Ron Wotus is a little bit more involved though because he sits with Buster watching games, but that's what it's going to be. It's just a special advisor. That's what it's going to be. Special advisor. It's nothing. If everyone thinks he's going to be in the building every single day, no, that's not going to happen. Kenneth Sakai, what's up, Ken? Posey and Zach know better than anybody. What are the chances for Eldridge? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they know who it is. If they trade Eldridge, it better be for Skeens. Alfonso, would you trade Eldridge for an Alcantara? Yep. I think something like that. It's something like that. What's up, Fossey? Glad to help, man. That again, I think that's how it is. That's special advisors. Look, people are making a big deal about it, but it's not that big of a deal. It's nice that Bruce Bochy's part of the organization, so to speak. But do you think he's leaving Nashville to come be a special advisor? No, he's probably staying in Nashville. Maybe he flies to San Francisco a couple of times a year. Gives an opinion. We'll see. Eldridge for Alcantara and Xavier? I don't know. Giants may have to add in some another player to get that, though. That's what I'm thinking. What's in Nashville? That's where Bruce Bochy lives. He lives in Nashville, Tennessee. That's where his home's been for the last few years. Top 10? He's almost top 10. I think he's top 12. We'll see. We'll see, man. Joshua, but he was just another ignored voice on the payroll. Again, it's special advisor. Look, there's a lot of those, right? Special advisor. Isn't Barry Bonds, isn't he a special advisor? I don't know if it's a special advisor to Posey. I think he's a special advisor to Greg Johnson, I think. Lima time. What's up, Vince? I think that's you, right? Is that you, Vince? Remember, man, you were with me during the last Vince. If it's you, remember you were on with me when the news break about Corbin Burns. Oh, that was classic. I have a buddy who is a big Pirates fan. He mentioned he thinks Skeens will be traded. Pirates want to get rid of Reynolds' money, Reynolds and his money. Maybe trade Eldridge and Ramos and others for Skeens and Reynolds. Whew. Really? You think the Pirates would get rid of Skeens? He's making the club more money than what they're paying him, man. I don't know if they would do that. Just for that. I mean, come on. Anytime there's a Skeens start, I'm guessing that PNC is pretty packed, no? I would think. No? You think Pittsburgh would trade Skeens at this point? I understand Skubal because he's going to be a free agent next year. I get that. That makes sense. But Skeens, man, he is years away from being a free agent. I don't know. Kenneth Sakai, that's a fact. In a year, we'll have a much better idea on Eldridge 2 potential. Currently, we don't really know. And here's the thing, right? And here's the thing, because right now, he's sky high as far as value is concerned. And when I mean by value, I'm talking about where he is on the top 100, right? I think he's 12, right? Isn't he 12 on the top 100? MLB pipeline, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So his value is very high. Number 1 in the organization, number 12 in all of the MLB. Huge. So yeah, he's got three more years of control then. If he's a free agent in 2029, he's got 3 years of control. That's a lot. That's a lot. Skubal is probably the guy. I mean, look, don't tell me you would be disappointed if you're trying to get Skubal, but I don't know if that happens, man. It's good. If it does, holy shit. Woo. Woo. Hey, Vince is busy, Mr. Hankey. Vince is very, very busy right now. So he has an open invite anytime he wants to come on. But yeah, Vince Rousseau is very busy right now. You can't fix him unless you want him on the 40 man, right? Is he on the 40 man? I can't remember because I think he's done. He's either right. Do they have to put him on the 40 man? I can't remember if that is. Maybe he's already on. I can't remember how that works, but his time's up. Same thing with Matos. I have to look more into that. And that's possible, Aaron. We all know high velocity guys, man. High velocity guys have a tendency to blow out their arm. Doesn't mean it's in everyone's case. Look at Nolan Ryan. So there are exceptions to the rule. Oh, nice. Talking wrestling, right? Talking wrestling. Right, Mark? Yeah, Vince is he's getting back into the wrestling game, man. That's freaking awesome. It's good for him. Nolan was built different. Isn't that the damn truth? Hey, that's a good point. Because it was, well, no, I think Scott Harris was already gone. Scott Harris was gone. What's his name? Pete Petulia, I think, was around when he was the GM for Farhan when they picked up Eldridge. Pete Petulia, remember him? Where did he go? He's still in the baseball game. I can't remember where he went, though. I know he went to another club. Lima, yeah, I think we'll be able to do that. That should be a lot of fun. I think I'll have Armand come on with that as well. That's a pain in the ass to try to guess all those, but it's fun. It's a fun exercise, right? No breaking news. All right. And how about neither, Insane? Neither. Kenneth Sakai says Eldridge could be an average MLB DH or an all-star level MLB DH. It's too early to tell. You think they put him in the outfield? Well, I don't know. They didn't say he's gonna stay. He said he wants to stay with the Giants. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at something. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, what do we got here? Now this is interesting. San Francisco Giants website here, guys. Who's on the coaching staff here? This is what we got so far. Tony Vitello, manager. Garvin Alston is the bullpen coach. Oscar Bernard, assistant hitting coach. Mark Hallberg, first base. JP Martinez is the pitching coach. Teria Umayatsu, Major League Quality Control coach. And Alex Berg, the catching coach. That is what is currently on the Giants website. Chase Tingler supposedly is going to be your bench coach. That's the report. Nothing official has come out, but Alex I'm sorry, not Alex. Andrew Baggerly is reporting that on Blue Sky. Still waiting for an official word. Don't know who the third base coach is going to be. Don't know who the hitting coach is going to be. No, Matt Williams is not coming back. What's up, Chris? No, there's Pat Burrell's not on the website. Don't know what that means. Have no idea. So they still need a hitting coach, third base coach, bench coach looks like is going to be Tingler. It's another social media site there, Kyle. Baggerly no longer is on X. Hey, right on, Armin. Perfect. Working on a list of opt-outs and trade candidates that would work when you're doing trades too. I'll email it to Eric and Glenn, and yes, I'll be on the show when Eric and Glenn's off-season predictions by Winter Meeting. Yeah, let's do that. So there you go. Take it for what it's worth. It's similar to X, but different, I guess. All right. I think I'm getting ready to wind this one down, guys. Already went almost an hour and a half. Holy crap. Can you believe it? Jeez, that is weird. Didn't expect that. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Be back on Friday. Again, if any breaking news comes across the wire, we'll come on here and we'll talk about it because we like talking about that stuff. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night, and we'll do it all over again Friday night. How about that? Man, week is just flying by. All right, guys, be good, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.